Switching to old, well, other DSG. What was it like working with Morgan Green and Gene Seymour?
I'm sorry, could someone repeat the question? I'm not
What was
sure
it
we
like
heard
working
it.
with Lauren Green and Jane Seymour?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was great. Oh,
Wow, someone's talking to me. Wow, shocked. Okay, thank you. Where are you, by the way?
Here.
Over there? Okay. Well, first of all, it's amazing. I mean, you come to a convention, and I'm sure you see people that you watch on TV, and it's like, wow, I'm right here, they're right there, I get to touch them, talk to them, and, you know, all of you have been nervous, shook up, trying to shake the hand of somebody you really respect, and I grew up with Lauren Green on Bonanza, you know, everybody's father, the father they wish they had, and here I was on the set of Battlestar. At that time, the biggest, most expensive production in TV history. Everybody's nervous, there's film crews all over the world, and every actor has this moment of, God, I'm being paid all this money, and I'm starring in this show, and oh my God, I don't know how to act. What am I doing here? Why did they hire me? All these fears and insecurities come up, and I had Lauren Green walk over, and of course with that big, commanding, booming voice of his, you know, he just came over, took my hand, looked me in my eyes, and said, "Hey, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be okay." You know, and I knew in that moment, you know, that I had the father, the relationship, the chemistry, everything was there, and that he understood what I was feeling, what I was going through. And here was a guy that had been in the business 40 years. I was a young actor, and yet he knew what I was feeling. And he took my hand, and in that moment I knew everything was going to be okay. So that was an amazing moment for me that got me over that hook and that feeling of, my God, you know, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be able to carry this show? And I felt like apologizing to him because I was hired at the last moment. I had actually turned down the audition, and I wasn't sure I wanted to do it because I was a very idealistic actor. I wanted to do something meaningful. I wanted to really, you know, do something I could grab hold of. I thought this was going to be, you know, sci-fi, running around, shooting guns, and all that crazy stuff, and I wanted something more deep and meaningful. And I had turned everything down, and finally, at the end of the day, they couldn't find the guy they were looking for, and every actor calls it magic time because at that moment, here's this big budget, looking for perfection. Nobody's going to live up to that. And they've gone through everybody, and the only actor they hadn't gone through was me. I walk in there, and it's magic hour, and they need to cast that movie. They're going into production the next day. And so they wanted me. And so my agent, thinking, my God, they want him really bad, they can negotiate for the moon, and of course they did. And they got this incredible deal, and here's Lauren Green, who has all this experience, all these credits, all this wonderful career, and I have #1 billing. And you have no idea, I wanted to apologize to him. I wanted to say, I'm so sorry, you know. And of course my motorhome is this big, huge motorhome, and you have to understand, I'm living in a little hovel up in Beverly Glen. Can't pay my bills, right? A little car falling apart, and here I am with this huge motorhome and, you know, top billing, and my God, Lauren Green is my father. It was overwhelming. And anyway, I got through that, and then of course, on comes Jane Seymour, the most beautiful woman in the whole world. And yes, clap hands, please. And I got to kiss this girl, okay? It was my last and greatest moment in sci-fi, actually getting laid. No, I'm not kidding, but for some reason, Apollo didn't get much love, you know, much relationship after that, and Tom Zarek absolutely got none. I always wanted to say to Mary, I said, you know, Mary, I mean, Eddie, Tom Zarek, come on. Just kidding. Just kidding. But wouldn't it have been kind of an
He's not kidding.
Wouldn't it have been an interesting triangle? You know, Mary being in love with both these guys.
Well, we did have a little flirtation. Remember when we were like in handcuffs? I'm not always talking about jail. We were in handcuffs, in that back of that truck, and we were being taken somewhere by the sidewalk. We tried to flirt, but I think they cut it out.
Anyway, it was great. I loved it. Thank you for asking.